certain period, maybe a bit longer, since we already with much or maybe little or maybe I don't know what level, but somehow with certain amount of degree, a certain amount of effort that we are able to communicate with our brain to accept, send message to our brain to accept that kind of not eating too much. Always we human being, of course, it is also one of the nature that since this desire vault or realms that we are in, the name also given as desire vault, desire realm. Desire where we are somehow enriched, we are somehow, the livelihood of the human kind and being so much depend on these five, the objects, the five sensorial object. So among them, number one, the food maybe. Food somehow becomes the prime important, or you see, for in our life. Therefore, so many restaurants. So, and second, after the food maybe something important, and that we are somehow, that following some kind of steps each and every day, each and every moment, some senses of pleasure. So therefore, it is always possible to transform the either you call brain more important than mind, or mind is more important than brain. Depends on you. So we can transform from bad habit to good habit to bad habit. So, since we have transformed so far since past 10 days, something good for our, at least little compassion for our digestion organs, and give some rest for them. Otherwise, we are always like ongoing. They don't have rest. Result, also fast aging, more disease, sickness, imbalance of the inner elements. So, in fact, the momentary benefit is quite clear. I think many of us, we want to lose weight. At least, you see, the immediate benefit you can see there. These 10 days, you didn't eat after lunch. Maybe 2 kilo, or maybe 1 kilo, or I don't know, maybe 3 kilo we lost. So I'm sure you are happy. If you now go to vending this machine and check your way, that is something very small that we can somehow, you see, rejoice. And beyond that, there are really greater aspect of benefit within these 10 days. I think, somehow, compared to general and like maybe ordinary time or maybe past maybe last month or past time, I think if we really check, maybe we didn't harm someone that much. Maybe instead of harming, maybe even we try to cultivate in the attitude of helping, and at least we may be not able to help or I don't know, like do something good for someone else, others, but definitely from our mind, from our brain, we have generated kind, pure attitude of mind, kind, pure thought, good thought, not too much negative thought. So that we can easily notice. And so, you see, a lot of, malicious deeds and somehow we have transformed from, at least in these 10 days, from that state to this state. So if you check before 10 days, what kind of state of mind? Maybe before, when you are maybe Bodh Gaya already good. But maybe between Bodh Gaya here, maybe. Or before Bodh Gaya. Check there. Maybe compared to Bodh Gaya, maybe still okay. Either before Bodh Gaya or between there. Compare. So, therefore, these transformations that you have already achieved, accomplished. So now, maybe not too difficult for you to maintain. We have transformed and maintaining up to 10 days. So today is the last day. Then, not necessary that you have to maintain this all at precept, but what you can, what is possible, what is not so difficult, but only due to negligence we are not doing or forget to do. You see? So, just you need one trigger, not to forget to just on that switch. Among the 8 precepts, some are difficult. It's okay. You don't have to keep it all the time. Which is difficult, just make an aspiration that what you are experiencing now, or what you feel that it is difficult for you, it's okay. Just make an aspiration, wish that may I able to do this in the future times. What you can do now, you do. What you cannot do now, make an aspiration, wish that you are able to do in the future. Then it's good. So this is very important message, not only from me. It is directly from Buddha said, what you can do. What you cannot do, don't fight for that. Just make any wish. You go to restaurant, order your food, You eat. The rest of the menu, you don't have to eat. Maybe you can eat for next time when you go to restaurant. You cannot eat whole menu when one time maybe. Maybe too much. So, each time when you visit, then you can eat. So, in this way, somehow, even though you are not able to do practically in this life some kind of virtuous activities or deeds, depending on your culture, depending on your day-to-day life activities so on, but making wish, inspirations help you that you didn't miss within this period also. Even though practically you couldn't do, you are not able to do. So this is very important. Now, today, we are actually, the topic is that the purpose of all meditation, all kind of Buddhist meditation, which is very simple, in fact. So, before that, we try to put our attitude of mind in very proper state, proper attitude of mind, with remembering our Buddha Dhamma Sangha, taking refuge to them, and then generate enlightened attitude of mind. And then we practice one time, we recite 3 times this Four Limitless Thought with practicing the sharing Tonglen practice of this Four Limitless Thought. And after that we talk about the purpose of all kind of Buddhist meditation. Alright? Now with this, today I want to add one more method of breathing meditations, which is directly comes in the tradition of Naro Yoga. Usually we do 21 times breathing in and breathing out. Now this is called 9 round of breathing, controlling the breath and exhaling and inhaling in a way. Excuse me. Okay. Thank you. So you sit very comfortably, and so either the full lotus and vajra posture. If full lotus and vajra posture is a little difficult for you, if it is difficult for you, then sit like half lotus. Half lotus this is the half lotus that you are sitting. You see, this is the half lotus. And another form of, according to Vajrayana, the lotus posture can be also found in this way. Also is a lotus posture. It's also called lotus posture in the terms of Vajrayana. So whatever posture which is comfortable for you, so then place your, of course the 2 thumb press on each of the base of the ring finger. When you press them, that you have to think that all the negative thoughts which run from these channels are blocked, are now closed. And then make it in the form of fist and place it. base of each thigh. So in this way, then slowly go to each of these knee and just copy and then throw out. So it's like this, you come and then throw in front and then make it to the left, blocked it here, and now from this fist finger, leave the index or forefinger and block the right nostril, and then inhale from the left nostril. Inhale slowly, without much effort, just very slow, just slowly. And then exhale from block the then left nostril and exhale from the right nostril. Again, block the right nostril and inhale from the left nostril slowly, not too much, not making sound, yeah? It's just very slow. Then block again the left nostril and then exhale from the right nostril. Again, 3 times. The last, block the right nostril and then inhale from the left nostril. And then block the left nostril and then exhale from the right nostril slowly. 3 times. Then put back. And again, second time. Then go to right. And then same way, change that. Now block the left nostril from the right, the forefinger, the index finger, and then inhale from the right nostril. Little bit more force than before. Little more force than before. And little sound. Not too much, but little more force. Little more effort. Inhale and then block the right nostril and then exhale from the left nostril. Little more force, little more effort than before. Then again, inhale. Then exhale. Inhale complete, exhale complete, but little more force than before. Not too much, not full force, not too much effort. 3 times, okay? The last one. Inhale. Exhale. While you are doing this, don't lose the thumb pressing on the base on the ring finger, okay? Don't lose this. Okay, after 3 times, then go back. Go back. Now, place at this base of this each thigh. Now, then inhale. Inhale complete. Inhale complete. Then, when you exhale, then open the fist with full force. Now, slowly, then open the fist of all the fingers. Then, when you do this, then you meditate, imagine that each of these fingertips, the impure, the thoughts, impure, the air are coming out. Then again inhale. When you inhale, then slowly close the fingers and then make a form of fist and press again in this way. Go back. Inhale complete. And then again slowly exhale. Then with the full force. Again, inhale slowly. Complete inhale. Then exhale. Full. So this is called breathing meditations in 9 circle. So if you do this 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, maybe 4 times, 5 times, also it will definitely become one breakthrough. The past, whatever stress you are having, worry, whatever, anxiety, whatever you are having, when you do this, stop about those worries, those thoughts, stress. Just focus on this, breathing in and out with this posture. Do 1 time, maybe half a minute rest. Do 2nd time, maybe half a minute rest. Then do 3 times or 4 times, 5 times. After maybe 2nd or 3rd time, the past worry, past stress, breakthrough. You are in different state. The mind, the brain, all become fresh and rest. You can meditate. Your mind is somehow that you can control in a controlled way. So there are another tradition also in the same purpose, but different, methods, like then same inhale, exhale from from left nostril, not changing. Inhale slowly 3 times. Then again, little more force from the right nostril. Inhale and exhale 3 times. Then go back, and then finally from the both nostril, the maximum force. So this way also there are 2 traditions. Same based on Naro Yoga. The source is Naropa, who received from Telo who received from Dojechang, Vajradhara, but Naropa who, practice this widely and share to his students, which this lineage comes. The rest of the yoga are very sacred. We cannot share you at the moment. Sorry for that. You need a special, at least one of the highest tantric empowerment initiation. Plus that, you need to complete the practice of one of these highest tantric practice, the Antara Yoga. Then after that, you can receive this teaching and this method of practice. But these 9 rounds of breathing meditations, this is for common. So, okay, so this maybe it is helpful for you. So that now you learn 3 ways of breathing meditation. Only with the breathing meditations. There are three ways, right? Just now, the 2 different methods, which comes directly from Naropa. Of course, but Naropa who emphasized and who widely practiced this and shared. And then other sort of meditations, this just inhale and exhale slowly 21 times. First maybe even 7 times or 13 times, and then 21 times. And then you do 1 or 2 or 3 times. That comes directly from Buddha. Buddha, which means in the form of Nirmana, how to say, Nirmanakaya form Buddhas who came in our world, who was born in Lumbini and so on, so on. So this Buddha taught us this method. Whereas now this one, Buddha in a different form, so-called Vajradhara. So there are some times of, according to history, that Buddha, while he was giving the second sermon in Rajgiri, in India, when you maybe went to Bodh Gaya, maybe some of you went to Rajgiri, and so there, when he was giving second sermon, Paramita, so at very same moment that another emanation, another transformations in the form of Vajradhara, where he gave how would you say, sound the Kala Chakra in Arunachal Pradesh in India, one of the state. So, same Buddha in two different form. One in Rajgiri, one in Arunachal Pradesh, that capital of this state where he gave Kala Chakra. So, through this, another methods of meditations. Same purpose, but different methods for different people. So, which then Delopa, who claimed that Vajradhara is the root guru of Delopa. So Delopa learned, received everything, all the transmission from Vajradhara, and then to transmit it to Naropa, and then Naropa to Marpa, and so on till now. So the first Kagyu, Kamakagyu, not Kamakagyu, Kagyu lineage started from the Marpa. After having received all the transmissions from Naropa and Metripa. So, from then until now, this unbroken, the lineage of teachings and many others transmissions which are still available. So, now, this is one method of breathing. Now, purpose of all the Buddhist meditation. I think I don't have to talk this. You know that. Why you want me to open? Okay. Now, the very purpose of Buddhist meditation Buddha said that each and every sentient being has right to wish, right to not only wish but can enjoy the freedom. Each and every sentient beings don't have to be slave of what we are. in fact, so far, since ever time, since many lives, until now, we are always expressing we want freedom. We are saying that we are independent. We want to live in such a country, such a country or society where there is freedom, opportunity, you can live independently. But we are not. In fact, the innermost desire or wish, what we want, the freedom, fighting for our right, but practically, we are not. Practically, we don't want to freedom. We don't want any freedom. We don't want to be free. Why? Because we want to be slave of anger. We want to be slave of jealousy, hatred. All these defilements, as long as we are not free from these defilement, as long as these defilements are present or control our mind, we practically never can enjoy the true freedom. Because of these defilements, the result, we are very clear, we are experiencing this each and every day, or maybe every week, every month. So, Buddha, he shared with us, listen, my students or disciple, Buddha said that there is a way if you really want. Don't tell me that you want, but you want in front of me that you tell me you want, but in fact, practically, behind of me, you don't want. So, you want, you don't want, these two kind of contradiction. First, we have to understand this. So, through which way that we can see, understand this through meditation. Through meditation actually in a way, when you say meditations, also it means cultivating. Meditation means also cultivating. So we try to understand the reality by cultivating the process of experiment, carry an experiment on our own problems, such as now by meditating on, by carrying an experiment on our life, we can see, understand, there's some kind of, true understanding of what kind of life it is that we have by using these meditation, analytical form of meditations. We now understand the true understanding of our life, which is so precious. What kind of quality are there? We understand this. Then, after that, another understanding, kind of more deeper understanding, and on impermanence. First, one meditation which helps you to understand. Second meditation which helps you to not only understanding or intellectual way, intellectual concept, conceptual thoughts, but linked with your own primordial, the nature of the mind. Also possible through meditation. And then, by meditating on these dreadful, what we call is death. People, if we really don't meditate, we don't like to hear about the death. We don't want to think about our death. But after we meditate, it becomes beautiful. The death, the dreadful word of death, the death that we do not want to think, becomes very beautiful indeed. Great chance, in fact, great opportunity to experience, in fact, very nice that you can transform into through meditation. Which means through cultivating, through familiarizing the experience, the future experience that you're going to face. And then, karmic causes and effect. Without meditation, we cannot somehow see the true hidden reality of our own action, others' action, law of causality. And then, after that, we see the nature of our world, life, samsara, human, animal, and others' existence. So, to make it short, all these cyclic existence, all these realms, the beings in all these realms, what they kind of innermost desire, wish they have, that is totally right to have such an innermost desire and wish. But to manifest it, to really enjoy it, that depends on mind. Mind here, which means transformation, transforming the mind. So let's say between two nations, if they are going to fight, if we want to harmonize these two nations, to whom we have to deal? We have to deal first with maybe this, this constitution or the government. And head of the government, prime minister or president. And Prime Minister or President, when we have to deal, where we are dealing, where we are trying to change his view and his idea, where? Not to his hand, not to his leg. We cannot deal with all his body, so-called the five aggregates. 5 aggregates with the consciousness, mind, so-called human being. If we have to stop the war fight between two nations, we have to first deal with the government or constitution. And second, the head of the government, so-called prime minister or president. And direct to his mind. We have to transform his or her mind. Not the body, not the parliament house, not the each and every those MP body, not the ear or eyes or all part of the body. No. We have to change their mind. We have to transform their mind to stop the fight and war between two nations. Let's say American president go war for Iraq. Yeah. So when they decide, who is deciding? Prime President. President who? So-called the mind and the brain. These two are the prime suspect. So, which means it's clearly, somehow we can see that the prime suspect factor is the mind. So, when we meditate, so many different kind of methods is to work with our mind, to transform our mind in a positive way. These mind, when you, after let's say now, you choose a method of practices, so number of practices according to your understanding, according to your mental disposition, you choose. After you chose the practice, then you build up certain degree of tranquility, which helps to reduce these negative thoughts. Reduce the negative thoughts. In fact, it reduces both positive and negative thoughts, but especially negative thoughts, which helps you to now, for example, if you are meditating on pure objects such as Buddha image or Dorje Semba or whatever practice meditation that you are doing, while you are meditating, we get disturbance, those kind of disturbance that we can perceive through these 5 sensorial consciousness. So, after you are meditating on your chosen practice, the more you can familiarize, become habit to rest on, to investigate the mind that you can somehow control, to concentrate, to focus on. When you can do that, the more focus, the more concentration that you can put, that you can do, that you can, meditate, less this sensorial consciousness degree drop down. Now 100%. When we are meditating, we can smell if something is, perfume or incense or good smell of food or whatever is going on, we can smell. Even though we are meditating, we can smell. Because our the nose consciousness, simple word maybe better, nose consciousness is not, the degree of nose consciousness didn't drop down. Very active. And then also ear consciousness. Small sound also can hear, also can disturb. Because the degree of the ear consciousness didn't drop down. Which means the concentration level is not high or not fully enough. So, basically, the 5 sensorial consciousness and your concentrations, somehow, when you start to meditate, until you become true yogini, until then, you can, it is like this, this weighing machine, you see? Not the automatic one. Automatic one only one, but this sangdo, what we call, if you put 5 kg on this, then it's, the another empty will come up. Right? What do you call this? Balance? Case. C? Scales. Scaling. Scales. Alright, scale. So, this scale, have this scale as an example. I'm very bad in cooking, maybe. That's why I don't know. If I'm good in cooking, I should know this. Especially those who bake good cake. You should know very good the amount of what you need. Even though I cook, I don't need this machine. I just use whatever. So scale machine is not there. Scale machine is here. So no need to. Actually, one time I should cook for you. Actually, I learned cooking from the same cook that we are having now. The old Kibi cook. He came to stay for foundation in my monastery in Pokhara. That time I was in retreat? I think I was also in retreat. So I invited him to do for foundation in our meditation hall. So he practiced for foundation. Mainly, I think, how many months he stayed? I think few months. So after I complete my session, so he come to my kitchen, and then I also go there to learn how he cooks. So from him, the first cooking skills, art, I learned from him. Not here in Pokhara, in my monastery. Sorry? Near. Oh, many in fact. Momo, not from him. Momo I learned from my sister. I really can cook good momo. That I'm sure. For momo, I don't need this kind of, lots of machine. Just I need either the ingredients is meat or vegetable or whatever. And then I always choose wheat flour. Instead of white flour, I choose brown flour. And then I know the timing is about 18 to 20 minutes. So even I don't have these dishes to cook momo, to steam momo, still I can make in another way. Just need a simple frying pan. Also can use my chemistry there. Put a little oil, very little oil, put the momo. If you don't have, it's good for you maybe. You can buy momo from supermarket or you can make your own. And just frying pan. You don't need those steam board, those kind of cookery, those everything, because it's too huge. So just frying pan, everybody easy to find. So little olive oil, and then put this momo for 2 minutes. Let it become brown. Once it becomes brown, then you put maybe a 1 inch water in that frying pan. So if there are like 10 pieces of momo, put the water, and then you need good lid to close totally, not letting the pressure comes out. Within 3 minutes, you can eat momo. No need 20 minutes. So this is chemistry. You see, because of this heat and cold. So it becomes even more tastier. Not only steam, little taste of fried and little more steam. Okay, now this, I'm not teaching how to cook momo. Okay. Where are we now? Maybe tomorrow I should go to find momo. These 10 days, no momo, yeah? So, okay, now, so, now this momo overwhelmed my everything. So, okay, let's come back to the topic. So, how these 5 sensorial consciousness can control you now. See how control overwhelmed me. And maybe many of you also at the same time. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so when you, this kind of, you see the sensorial consciousness, the ear and then where now the eye consciousness, ear consciousness, when you can hear little sound, immediately it disturbs you. So the more you are focused, that you are meditating, that you are meditate on, I don't know, a practice or whatever. These consciousness, the 5, yeah? Now all 5, let's count. Mik number 7, ear, eye consciousness. Navi number 7, ear consciousness. Ne number 7, nose consciousness. Che number 7, taste, or what you called tactile consciousness. Che number 7, mik number 7, nine number 7. Then the gastric or the feeling consciousness. 5. Mik, Nawa, Na, Che, Lu. So these 5 consciousness, the degree of these senses drop down 100 to 95, 90, 85, 80, 75, 70. The more you are focused, the more you are your concentration is good, your meditative concentration is focused good, then this degree drop down. The result, you get less disturbing emotions wise or all kind of sound, all kind of appearance. You meditate, there are lots of things going on. Your eyes consciousness drop down. No any disturbing whatever you see. Yeah, it walks, it goes, it flies around. And then also same applies to ear consciousness. Whatever sound you hear, no disturbing. It doesn't disturb you. No disturbance. So same apply to other consciousness. These 5 sensual consciousness. When that time, which consciousness needed, which consciousness is very active, is the 6th consciousness. Number 6. That is the cognitive consciousness. Cognition. Cognitive or cognition consciousness, which is very active, while this is fully active, busy with point of one-pointedly mind or you are analyzing or investigating. Even when you are, let's say, example, when you are busy with something, reading or maybe watching movie or whatever, sometimes very much focus, very much concentration are there. That time, if somebody calls you, yeah, you can maybe hear some very far kind of hello, or somebody calls you your name. You can somehow not, even though he or she is nearby, even within one room, you can hear like from half a kilometer, somebody is calling you. So, when you are meditating, you have to, the thing is that among these, the consciousness, you have this number 6 consciousness, the 6th, the cognitive consciousness, which has to be fully active. When this is fully active and that you are focusing on whatever the object of meditation, the pure or impure or any practices based on Vajrayana, also tantric practices, no matter whatever you do, that time, if you are number 6, the cognitive consciousness is very active, you are very focused, fully concentrated, then all these 5 sensual consciousness automatically, maybe not fully ceased, but that somehow the degree drop down. So result, no disturbance. You cannot So now this is one way to test yourself, in fact, to examine. So how good you are meditating, you can somehow see, you can somehow experience by yourself. Clear? Understand? Yes? So, and then the others methods to meditate on now, especially based on Theravada traditions, you can meditate on the Four Noble Truth, Eightfold Path. Also, only the lack of shortcoming of the enlightenment attitude, so-called bodhicitta. Otherwise, you can meditate on all the 37 factors of enlightenment. But that same 37 factor of enlightenment, you can meditate on the best on Mahayana as well, the greater vehicle. Adding the elements of the bodhicitta, adding the elements of the enlightenment attitude. So, the Theravada, of course, it's the base on these, how should you say, practices. The result should come true. The first, while you are practicing based on, let's say, according to your mental disposition, but especially based on Theravada, the result should, while you are practicing, that the view and the action or the behavior, the view is to free oneself from these difficulties, this suffering of samsara, of this cyclic existence. And because of this, at the same time, the behavior should manifest in a way like not harming others. The action from, of course, the mind, body, speech, these three doors. The actions, behavior from speech, verbal or speech, and then the body. Whatever action it comes out, manifest, but always try to how do you say, abandon from the harming others in a way of non-violence. So, by applying any methods of practices, including, of course, cultivating any practices, meditation or whatever, if the result, the outcome is non-violence, not harming others, if this is the achievement, then somehow it is accomplished within this life. But then, furthermore, is future after this life, after one changes this form, definitely depending on the realizations, so the achievement, attainment also applies, experience. So therefore, to free our own difficulties, problems, suffering, it clearly shows that we have to transform the mind. So to transform the mind, so many methods. So all the Buddha's teachings, in fact, to tame one's own mind. The prime important, the target is not the body, not the speech, but the mind. Because it is very clear that each and every actions from speech and body, there is, behind of this, each and every actions, there is kind of thoughts. Thought which produce, which trigger, activated from the mind. Therefore, to classify in two different type of the karma, right? Karma, which means the action. One generates from the mind, the consciousness. Second, from the which links to brain, and brain which then trigger a button to cultivate any body and speech actions. So, in a short, the purpose of all the Buddhist meditations is to tame one's own mind, to free from all these defilement, afflictions. So, for that, many methods, depending on one mental disposition, many methods are available. Clear? Now, I clear. So, now, some another importance, benefits of the meditation. So, usually many disease, especially having lots of stress, can, due to having lots of stress, sometimes produce undesirable disease and such as heartache, stroke, and high blood pressure. Many are depending on the somehow one's own emotion imbalance. Due to imbalance of emotions, many disease and negative experiences that we have to face, we have to experience. So, if you can rest, control this mind, some level of tranquility, which helps you to reduce your stress, your anxiety and worries. Also helps you lower blood pressure, reduce high blood pressure, and also the neuroscience, when they checked on group of people, like 20 group of people, they carry such as, how you should say, experiment in the university. After 3 months, each day they meditate 2 hours, morning an hour, evening an hour. Then those who do not meditate, so after three months, Then check their brain. What kind of transformations those who have been meditating 3 months and those who are not meditating, then they check. Then there they found out that those who are meditating the past 3 months, the mental, the brain somehow transformed compared to the past before they started to meditate. The stress level, blood pressure level, due to of course the brain which links clearly shows. And also proven longevity. Longevity, I think there are two facts that the one is fixation. One is based on fixation, which means we, due to our past accumulation of merits, due to our past actions, that in this life, especially due to our past action on non-violence and violence. So violence, which meaning killing, or non-violence plus, instead of killing, saving lives. There it differs, the longevity of our present life and longevity of future life, coming life, also depend on these two factors. Of course, many factors, but mainly on these two factors. The factor to save life or to take life. That's the prime factors. And then, conjunction with these, many others. So, as far as longevity concerned, the one which is determined, the lifespan so and so, maybe 80, maybe 90, maybe 85, maybe 75, like this. And before let's say, if our lifespan is 80 years, before we reach 80, before we touch 80, due to unfavorable conditions, due to these conditions, also can obstruct to accomplish or to reach 80 years. Such as the condition can be too much stress. Condition can be involving in negative actions such as fighting, I don't know, like maybe there are such as like group of people who tends to have kind of involve in non-violence, fights, such as kind of like their habit, build up as habitual tendency. So these are also conditions. So definitely control one's mind, discipline one's mind can prevent those unfavorable conditions. Result, the longevity. So, also, more calm. So, there are some, it is in, New York City when I had with group of people, discussion on the modern world, Buddhism in modern world. So there they raised one topic. I don't know whether they said, I think that's one lady, she said, I don't know whether the meditation is directly concerned about religion or not. And she said that whatever it is, although she said, although I do not know much about religions, but one thing which is very sure, very realistic, that is her experience on meditation. So, what kind of experience we asked that you hate? What kind of experience that you hate? And she said, I used to, when I was driving, when I was in a like jogging or walking, always, especially when I was driving, she said, I used to horn, I used to yell due to stress, due to lack of compassion, due to lack of understanding. I used to yell. Even she yelled for strangers. If something is not going well, so especially her bad habit that she has, while she has to stop at red light, and front there are 1 or 2 cars. When the red light changes into green light, the first or second, the front car, maybe they are doing I don't know what and what, but maybe not immediately move. She immediately horn. And sometimes she said, I like to drive car which you can open the roof. When she can open the roof, then she yelled. So, after she experienced that this behavior, yelling, you see, making horn, she wanted to change that habit. Then she tried to find out what instrument that she can use or help to change that bad habit. So she tried to meditate. And then after she meditated, I don't know which methods she used, but after she meditated, so after some times, so when she go to job or out shopping. One time when she went to shopping mall, she reached at the shopping mall, and there was one guy who is maneuvering. Maybe he's new driver, and taking lots of time to maneuver, to park. So she immediately wanted to make horn and yell. But her meditation helps there. The mindfulness come there, manifest there. Listen, you wanted to change your bad habit. The mindfulness immediately becomes or manifests in a way of hook. So pull, almost it comes, then pull down. One experience she had after meditating. Second, when she was driving in the morning, she felt she slept maybe I think late, and then she got up also late. So she was very hurry for her job to reach, and she was very hurry. And then she walked down, and then took out the car, and then when she was making reverse, and then one car came. Same behavior that she had in the past. One lady come and making horn to her and yelling, "Why you are not stopping?" Like yelling. So actually, she is somehow in stress somehow. She got up late. She has to reach on time. But plus that, someone is making horn and yelling on her. But because of her meditation, she remained calm. And at the same time, so art of meditation, there she could apply this art. So result, she's more calm, peace. Because of this, imagine that lady yelled on her, she yelled back, quarrel, fight. Whole day, no peace. So started with the emotion of others, imbalance of one's emotion. If it disturbs your emotion, so there, the meditation, what she did, she totally agreed that definitely can transform one's attitude of mind through meditation. So through this mind training, so nature of the mind is so beautiful. But when these afflictions, defilements, when these controlled our beautiful nature of mind, premortal nature of mind, wisdom, then it becomes very polluted. Like you go out in Kathmandu city, you go out around 10 o'clock, you come back around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you can see whole dust. And inside your nose, skins, all pollution. Because the city, the environment is so polluted, you also get this influence. So, you can wear some kind of protections, such as Kathmandu city, maybe plastic skin or glove. But the inner beauty, the outer skin that you can protect in that way, this way, but inner beauty, the true nature of the mind, there, these polluted emotions or these defilements and afflictions. So, to abstain, to free from this, you need this kind of, tools, instrument to prevent, to not to steal your peace, calmness. So you can see there are so many benefits by applying meditations, by cultivating in virtuous activities, cultivating compassion, love. So this, I think, is quite understandable that why we are seeking to find a solution or methods to gain inner peace, to gain. So ultimately, the way or journey towards enlightenment, that is another perspective. Now what we are talking is, we are not going that far. Journey towards enlightenment, that is maybe a little too far. So we try to stay within this life. Very simple, very understandable, very logic, realistic or holistic view, based on our own experience, based on humankind experience. So, journey towards enlightenment, of course, whatever practice, whatever transformations that you want to practice, based on Theravada, based on Mahayana, based on Vajrayana, there are also a lot of benefits by having some degree of one-pointed focus, which helps you to deal with your own mind. Result, the tranquility. Result, the control. And then that based on these, then all means of Vajrayana practices. So, the journey towards enlightenment, so 3 ways. One way takes a little longer. Second, little shorter. Third, very fast. So, according to this, also, you need, very disciplined mind in order to deal with all these and able to perform whatever necessary during this journey, this path, which means enlightenment path or journey towards enlightenment. There, your mind become important to transform into suppleness. At the moment, our mind is kind of far from achieving suppleness. Due to that, our body also far from suppleness. Because of this, maybe we can we can do something from our body, maybe speech, but limited time. Body, we can try to meditate maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 5 hours, maybe 1 day, but not more than this. Can you meditate 1 day without moving? Or maybe like Kamapa did 1.5 hour, or about 2 hours, then you all are maybe this and maybe that and maybe this and maybe here, and you see all these lack of suppleness of body. So journey towards enlightenment, there definitely our mind has to be tamed. Little control. So far, no brake fell. brake falls towards something that undesirable result that we all the time experiencing. Sometimes brake falls towards desirable or something agreeable result which we enjoy. But most of the case, we experience like not that positive. So depending on how brake fell it is, your mind, how brake fell, the level of brake falls. So therefore, we need to discipline our mind. Discipline our mind means discipline from abstaining from harming others, abstaining from any non-violence, non-virtuous activities which cause problems to self and others. So if you can do this, then already good level that you are. And plus that, you can build up many factors towards the eternal joy, happiness. So, finally, Buddha. What we call Buddha, the word Buddha. Also, where? We don't call Buddha on our head, our forehead, our eyes, our ear, all the limbs of body. We don't call Buddha. Buddha, directly we point to this part, the mind. When the mind, the ordinary consciousness mind, when this mind which is sleeping become awakened, called Buddha. Very simple. That time, all these obscurations, defilements are fully exhausted. No more stain of defilement, afflictions, and all the good quality, all the beautiful quality are fully flourished, fully manifested. So, we also, everyone also do have this nature, so-called Buddha nature. Therefore, we can also become, one day we can become Buddha. So, totally, I'm sure every one of you really want to become Buddha. Yes? Definitely. But, if you really want to become Buddha, then should also apply, observe, preserve the ingredients that you want to make what food. The ingredients or you want to become success on your career, like maybe engineer, doctor, pilot, scientists. For that, you need to study accordingly. You need experiences. Right? Similarly, to each and everyone, since we have the Buddha nature, we can also one day become Buddha. If we have no potential to become Buddha, then no point to practice. Definitely no point. But that is not the fact. The fact is, whatever Buddha had experienced, achieved, same, we also have potential to achieve, to attain, to enjoy such a freedom. So, I think that's enough. Okay? Good. So, I rejoice for all your meritorious deeds and the engagement in these virtuous activities, and try to keep now these already, as I said before, the transformations that you have gained with effort. So it's already now quite kind of easy to just maintain. You need to maintain, since you are already kind of used to. So try to see, use your intelligence to see, not from maybe eyes, but through intelligence. Try to see, notice the fact, the reality of the every nature of the difficulties and happiness and unhappiness. So, to experience happiness, joy, eternal happiness and joy, we have to accumulate accordingly. To abstain, to go far away from suffering, difficulties, all these. Also, we have to be free, try to little bit go far from all these, the root, the causes. So it's clear. So it's easy to walk. So, okay, now shut my mouth. Thank you very much, everyone. And so wonderful time with sharing Dharma, that I myself also, always, whenever I get opportunity to share the Buddha Dharma, I feel honored. Also, it is kind of opportunity to repay the debt that I have gained, achieved, received so much from my past lives until now, with the blessing of our lineage masters, the blessing of the one's guru, one's deities, protectors. So it's kind of also I feel definitely is a great opportunity to repay the debt to all the mother sentient beings, definitely. So all of you, us, we meet in this life not with somehow kind of coincidentally. Yeah? There are definitely some reasons, each and every one. I always experience that when I travel from so far more than 62 countries. When I fly 16, 17 hours in flight, in aeroplane, when have karmic connection, I sit next to someone else. If there's karmic connection, we talk, we become close friends, or we become, know each other, then rest of the life. No karmic connection, even you fly 1 hour by, even you fly 16 hours, 17 hours, 20 hours, no karmic connection, you don't talk at all. Strange. If karmic connection, even you fly a short distance, 45 minutes, an hour flight, or in car or wherever, you meet, You help each other. You see, you can contribute in their life, bring happiness, try to pacify the sorrow, problems. So each and every being and that we meet in this life, definitely due to our past karmic connections, past karma. So, therefore, all of you also, definitely, that we all meet here, do practice together, share the Dharma. Also, definitely due to our wonderful accumulation of merits that we sowed, planted in the past.